Is it out of foolish loyalty to your master? Or is it merely stupidity that brings you here? The Nomad. Hello, everybody. It's me, Soup, Bar 5. That was a quote from a video game character known as the Nomad from RuneScape, if any of you have ever played that. And if you haven't, well, then you didn't have a childhood. Okay, not really. In all seriousness, though, here's a fanfic reading. I'm going to be doing a reading of a crossover of My Little Pony and RuneScape. When I first saw this story, all I could say was, fuck yes. Fuck yes. This is, I was just happy. If you don't know who the Nomad is, I recommend you go read up on some lore on him. I'm not going to provide you a link because I'm a lazy piece of fucking shit. You can find it really easily, though. Really, really easily. Go on the RuneScape wiki or something, you'll find it. And for the record, in this story, the wiki defines him as a human. However, for the author's purposes in the story, he does not define him as a human. He defines him as his own separate race. But, a little backstory about the Nomad. Basically, when he first came out, everybody hated him. People still do hate him. He was a fucking asshole. It was really hard to beat. A lot of people died. A lot of people got angry. And, another person who, writes stories, who we've read before, he wrote Mother's Day, Wretched R. He described it as whenever he would try to beat him, he would just cry and cry and just sob into his bag of Cheetos every time he died. Yeah, he's pretty fucking hard. I beat him when Ganodermit came out. If you don't understand that, fuck you. You don't play RuneScape. But, after I saw this story, I decided, fuck it. I'm in the mood for reading this. I think it's going to be a good story. I think it'll be fun. And I think it'll be awesome. This is based on a quest called Nomad's Requiem, by the way. And a bit of copyright. Nomad and Nomad's Requiem is property of Jagex Ltd. I don't own ownership, the author. I don't own ownership, the person reading this. And nobody owns ownership of it because we don't want it. We don't want to speak their copyrights, we are merely using them for entertainment purposes. And, let's start with the kind of fucking description. Nomad is a man of intelligence, power, and above all, witty sarcasm. I can attest to that. He used to be an adventurer or whatnot, but gave that up to watch idiots fight in an arena, continue to build up power. However, his plans were futile when an adventurer defeated him in battle and forced Nomad to flee. Now Nomad is in the land of Equestria, facing new terrain, talking ponies, and Pinkie Pie's antics. Oh god, Pinkie Pie's antics. It'll take a while to learn and to adjust and find any sensible beings to talk to. But power will always be on his mind, and he'll make sure to learn plenty about these silly pony before he strikes. 1 second, I gotta pause this. I had to move my microphone to a more comfortable position for me, because the way I'm reading this is kind of weird. I can't really show you or tell you how. But that is beside the point. Today, let's just get started. By the way, I'm breaking my rule of reading stories that are finished, because this one is incomplete. Yeah. I'm an asshole. Anyways, let's get started. By the way, I don't know what kind of post I'm going to get the Nomads, and I'm fucked. Fucked. Whoa. That's pretty awesome. Written by Shadowflash on Fanfiction. Chapter 1. Ending the Beginning. My name is Nomad. Just Nomad. No last name, no aliases, no nicknames. I prefer Nomad, and only Nomad. If anyone calls me by something else, then I'll gladly introduce them to the sharp end of my staff. I'm sure you're also curious as to what I look like. I'm just some bald guy, 7 feet tall, who wears a custom leather armor and enjoys having a scarf wrapped around his neck. Good enough? No? Oh, well, that's what I need to explain to you at this moment. The land? No. The plane of existence that I am currently existing on is referred to by the inhabitants as Gielnor. The name is stupid. I could barely pronounce it when I came into being. Gel-in-or? Is that how it is? Whatever, the name is dumb. Easy to understand. It's referred to as Gielnor, and it was founded by a man who came here through a giant portal. I know, original, right? But I'm sure you want to know a tad more about me. Can't hold everything back. I'll give a brief summary. I manage a game where people fight to the death for prizes, which is mildly amusing, and I had to build an arena by myself. Yeah, life ain't easy when you have to build stuff yourself. While creating the arena, I discovered a peculiar thing. It was a cave entrance to an old temple, remarkably still intact. Who knew how long it had been there? But I decided to measure into it. While doing so, I found a demonic-looking device. It had a giant demon, didn't see that one coming, with 12 arms hanging over a pillar of white light. Streaks of electricity were flowing into each of the clawed hands from the inside of the pillar. Or perhaps the other way around. Around the pillar of white light, there were 4 blocky supports, all having a face that looked like it was screaming in agony or pain. I took it upon myself to investigate further and realized that this device was attached to many sections of the arena I designed. It appeared to me as if it was feeding power to its throne, and I had to test this theory. So, I sat on the throne. What, wouldn't you do that? Come on, I chose the first demon-like structure I see in a very ancient temple the second I see it. But anyways, while sitting upon the throne, I felt a surge of new and rejuvenating energy. It felt fantastic. So after my little test run, I decided to finish my arena building and let idiots fight to the death so I could get back to building my power levels. Sadly, I just have to be interrupted by children. Don't they have respect for their 7,000-year-old elders? Anyways, yes, I was interrupted by 2 would-be heroes who thought they were top of their class. Which they weren't. They probably weren't even in class for all I know. They just thought being a tad power-grabby in this world was evil. Last time I looked over Gielnor's constitution, it was against the law to enjoy a bit of power. Then again, there really isn't any laws in Gielnor, so what the fuck am I talking about? You have to pay your dues, Lucian. An elite Black Knight barked at me in my own lair. At this point, I realized that these heroes, the names of Xavier and Zangelia, caught me whilst chatting it up with this wonderful warrior. However, I ignored them to give a fair warning to both the heroes and my little knight friend. Oh? And what are you going to do about it? I laughed. Seriously, one guy? 2 others showed up from seemingly nowhere. Is this temple this easy to breach? Honestly. Still, only an elite ranger and elite mage, nothing bad. This is all of there is of you? I thought there'd be more of a challenge. I mocked them. Serves them right. Attack! They yelled in unison. Oh, they're so stupid. I immediately froze all of them with my ice magic. Then I casted a simple fire spell upon the knight, and he died immediately. The other 2, well, they teleported. Cowards. I think it's a nice time to address my guests. Leave now. If I see you down here again, I guarantee it will be the last mistake you ever make. I warned them fully and then left. But they persisted. Those little brats made their way through all the traps I set up, defeated a personal creation of mine, a giant undead monster, to say the least, and destroyed my barrier between them and the throne. Gods be damned, heroes piss me off. They don't even know the reason why I'm doing this. I watched them prissy walk to my throne like little schoolgirls and only smirked on my massive scarf at their idiocy. They came prepared, though. Both wore runite armor and were wielding abyssal whips. Well, Zangelia had a whip. Xavier had a god sword. Where the hell did he get that? Kinda made me feel tingly in my groin at the force of the whip, though. But never mind. They were prepared for battle. I was sure they'd fail. Nomad! Xavier yelled at me. Ow. Bet she was quieter than him. You must be incredibly stupid, or very, very brave to bother to follow me, I growled. Let's go... Let's go farther than that, Nomad. You're performing evil acts here and will not let go without punishment! Zangelia barked at me. Typical naive girl. Evil? Seriously? Gaining a tad bit of power is considered evil? Gods forbid you idiots even bother to grow a brain and look at reality. Honestly, I feel dumber just from telling these idiots this. Shut up. This ends now. We'll send you and your reign of power to hell. Xavier was growing some cojones, huh? Fine. You want to fight? So be it. I stood up from my throne and bounced off, smacking my staff at the ground in front of them. Good thing they dodged it. They might have been hurt. The girl attacked first. She attempted to swipe her whip around my legs, most likely pulling me from under my defensive stance, but I smacked her out of the way and watched her body fly toward one of the room's walls. Knocked out immediately. Typical woman. Always so weak. They never know how to train to become a warrior. The boy swung his sword at me, moving it back like a baseball bat and then proceeding to attack me. I blocked his stupid attack nonetheless. In my humble opinion, a monkey could fight better, and I've been to an island where its only populace is monkeys. And let me tell you, those things are fucking good fighters. Pain in the ass to deal with, too. Although, if you're a monkey, they're pretty nice. Decided to smack him away from me, too. He, surprisingly, stood his ground. Now, what happened next was an entire game changer. And we barely even started. I watched him pull out a vial filled with black liquid. He drank the blasted thing, and I swore I saw him shaking in pain. Decided it was time to strike, so I brought out my staff, and I swung it down upon him, only for our two blades to clash and sparks to fly everywhere. He then quickly grinded his blade against mine, making me stumble a bit and booted me right in the gut. I think his boots had studs on them because I hit quite badly. Finally, a challenge. Good on you, boy, for being able to hit me. Let's have a little fun, shall we? I watched him nod with a typical young adventurer's smirk on his face. We basically just swung blows at each other with fine melee. He would parry my blade, or I'd parry his. Usual crap. Jumping around him would really put him off, though, seeing as he was a slow warrior like our warriors are. Sadly, I got really tired of a boring, repetitive process, and mixed it up a little by testing some magic at him. A simple water spell. Boy, did he ever scream in pain. I love the conductivity of Blue Knight. Idiots with melee never cease to amaze me. At any rate, I watched him use some dumb healing magic and took the time to use a new move in all this. I summoned little mines called vortexes around me. They basically explode into a massive heat wave and then bring it all back in. Now, imagine a fire igniting. And imagine that same fire being pulled back into where it was ignited. 2 times the damage. Sadly, Xavier only hit 1 or 2, but I was able to come back and fight me the same old process, just like you're supposed to. We traded blows again and again. I couldn't help but use my magic more often, avoiding his attacks with my agility rather than parrying. Whatever. He would scream less and less every time I cast a spell at him. When he finally got used to the pain, I thought it'd be sadistic to introduce a new tactic. Cloning. Yep, that's right. Use my magic to duplicate myself, because I'm that powerful. The clones all attacked him with weaker magic attacks, including myself, but it confused him. I watched his eyes dart to every single one of me whilst we continued to cast our spells. Stop your tricks, Nomad! Xavier yelled. Oh, please. All of me said, ha ha, I'm funny. He attacked every clone as fast as he could. It was hilarious because he was so slow to do it. When he hit one of them, my clones and I would just laugh at him, and the expression on his face was that kind of, "Buh?" feel. When Xavier hit another clone, his confidence seemed to grow a bit more. I kept the taunting up, though, as the rest of my clones disappeared. He finally found me and turned himself around and gave me the silliest of glares. You're adorable when you're angry. Does your girlfriend think so too? I chuckled at him, only to get a charging response. I struck him with some ice magic so he couldn't move. I watched as he struggled to break the bonds of the ice. Now it was time for him to feel pain. I can give you one last chance to leave, Xavier. Never return here again. I offered. Maybe kindness will let him piss off. I'll fight you until I die, Nomad. Your evil and your reign must end. He responded quite audibly. Ow. My ears. Boy, we're a little over 7 feet away. stop yelling, I growled. Anyways, you don't even know the reason why I'm gathering this power. Why in the world is your evidence upon me doing anything bad too? I don't need evidence when the proof is right here. I watched his hand point up at the Throne's demonic face. Damn, kid, stop yelling. Oh, wow, you're really stupid. Whatever, you want to die? So be it. I lifted my hand in the air, focusing on the energies emanating from the Throne. I'll do whatever it takes to stop you! Savior, shut up! The energies soon formed a spiraling cylinder around my forearm. It was a beautiful white color, and it fit perfectly for what I was about to do. Let's see how much punishment you can take. I released all the energy and watched him scream in agony. A silly ice break and rear back, nearly dropping his stupid claymore. His mouth spit gobs of blood on the floor, and I couldn't help but laugh. He should be dead soon. But he was alive. I watched him use his healing magics once more, and stand back in perfect posture. You cease to amaze me. I growled under my breath and charged him once more, repeating our early engagement of melee to melee. We continued to swing blows until, suddenly, he swung his claymore at one of my exposed sides, and the force of said sword violently bashed me against the floor. I lay there for a second before realizing Xavier was swinging at me again. Quick and back to my feet, I pushed him away and decided to pull out a special trick of mine. You're tougher than I thought. Time to even things up. I used my own healing magic to rejuvenate my body. This boy just kept pushing and pushing. I released a torrent of vortexes and clones and even froze him at the same time. He broke through the small ice prison, slid around my vortexes, and killed all my clones without a single hiccup. Well, he did step on another vortex, and I watched his legs turn black, but that's beside the point. But this was the point in time when I needed to act fast. I was getting weaker, and he was getting stronger. With pure warrior instincts that I despised, I used all adrenaline to focus on killing this boy. Enough! This ends now. I attacked him as fast and as hard as I could. I swung my blade end of the staff at his sides, usually hitting him but never making him take a critical blow. I would push him back, slide a few spells, and even throw crotch shots. Sadly, I felt my energy going down. The throne was no longer helping restore it. Damn it! I didn't want to lose! This kid wouldn't understand the ramifications if I did. I felt the flat edge of his blade smack my sides before he swiped his sword across my chest. The pain was unbearable. I've never felt pain like this in my life. So I had my muscles ripped from my body and thrown in fire to turn to ash, and they were all replaced with singed or burnt muscles. To top it all off, it's worse than a nine-tailed whip that could smack my back to leave a constant burning pain. All my energy from the throne, all my normal energy gone, just like that. This kid doesn't understand it. You have doomed this world. That's all I could say to him as I fell to the ground. Made my voice changed. I don't know why. It does that on occasion. What, you think I'm dead? How am I telling this story if I'm dead? Damn, you're stupid. No, I was knocked out. I'm Nomad. The Nomad. I'm not letting a hero kill me off like that. No, I just played dead in hopes he wouldn't cut my head off. He didn't, thanks to his own stupidity, but I managed to overhear a conversation between him and Imperfizz, an impling helper of mine. Well, you did it, guys. Guess you weren't lying about it. As Imperfizz laughed. Oh boy, I want to kill him. And I have. Many times on occasion, actually. Except he always respond. I really wish I killed him now. Yeah, well, no more evil will go on here. He's going to run Soul Wars, Xavier questioned. Stupid kid. I will, so no worries there, Bob. Anyways, let's get topside and I'll give you a reward. That's when they scuttled out of my damn temple and I never heard from them again. I stood to my feet and made sure I had been headed to them. I teleported out of there pronto to find a safe place to recuperate in. Sadly, Gale and Silver Matrix had a different idea. Rather than sending me to some city in the Western Islands, I appeared in a forest. Whatever, not a big deal. I hoped, anyways. Going to be a long day, I groaned. End of chapter 1. Author's note. No ponies, Della. Yeah, ponies in the next chapter. Or else this wouldn't be on film. Also, I really appreciate if you guys take into account that this was pre-written twice. This was the final draft. Also, for the people who've played this quest, yes, the dialogue is completely different from the original. I did this to create a personality for Nomad that was very similar to his original. Don't worry, you guys, Nomad will be more serious as chapters progress. On that note, this has been Chapter 1. Chapter 2 will be recorded whenever the fuck I feel like it. Probably tomorrow. I'm trying a slightly different approach to this. I probably will become a bit more comfortable with it, probably change a bit next chapter. But for this one, it's mainly just me talking in Nomad's voice, and yeah. Hope you enjoyed that. Because, I don't know how this is going to turn out. This microphone is a bit weird. I have to, like, get right next to it to be, for it to be audible. So, yeah. Chapter 2 will be,
yeah, Noah. More like Equestria.
Oh, dear God. In the meantime, go search up some information about Nomad. That'll probably help you understand this a bit more. And I'll see you guys next time. This has been Soup R5, and I'm going out. Peace.